Let me recognize the Honorable Manuel Natal, President, Citizens Victory Movement. Mr. Natal, the time is yours.
Thank you, Chairman Grijalva and members of the committee. My name is Manuel Natal Albelo. I'm a former member of Puerto Rico's House of Representatives, and as of last Sunday, I serve as General Coordinator of Movimiento Victoria Ciudadana, a recently created, people-powered, community-oriented, progressive political party in Puerto Rico. I must stress from the outset that Puerto Rico has been a colony of the United States since 1898 and legally defined as an unincorporated territory, a possession but not part of the United States, under the plenary powers of Congress. Although Congress has reorganized the territorial government over the years, the colonial nature of the relationship has remained unchanged. Since 1898, Congress has never, let me repeat that again, never consulted the Puerto Rican people in a binding plebiscite or referendum on whether to retain the present status, become independent, or a state of the union. Having retained its plenary powers, Congress should assume its responsibility for a territory it claims as a possession. Yet, it has avoided doing so for 123 years. Today, we have an opportunity to change that. This committee, and eventually Congress, is presented with a unique choice between two paths. The first path is one that we have traveled many times before. Plebiscites or referenda promulgated unilaterally and without consensus by a political party on the island, devoid of informed public deliberation and usually designed to be slanted towards the outcome favored by the ruling party. The final results of which have lacked democratic legitimacy, whether the prevailing option receives 97% of the votes or 0% of the votes. That path of exclusion and subordination is currently represented by H.R. 1522. The second path is one that, although it has been historically promoted by diverse and well-respected groups in Puerto Rico, it has never been supported by Congress or by any previous administration in Puerto Rico. A binding self-determination process in which all non-colonial, non-territorial options can compete on a level playing field, in which the people of Puerto Rico get to cast an informed vote and Congress must act upon the will of the majority. That path of inclusion and empowerment is currently represented by H.R. 2070. We chose the latter and urge Congress to do the same. We, a political movement that promotes real change in all aspects of our lives as Puerto Ricans, including ending the colonial relationship. We, the only political movement in Puerto Rico that has elected officials from all three non-colonial, non-territorial options. That is statehood, independence, and some form of free association. How have we managed to achieve what the two-party system in Puerto Rico has not in more than 70 years? By focusing on finding common ground and not on how we can cancel each other's effort on the status question. In this particular case, we have focused on building a fair and inclusive process rather than trying to predetermine the outcome. This is why we propose and support the Constitutional Status Convention, Asamblea Constitucional de Estatus, as the best means for decolonizing Puerto Rico. Puerto Rican, yes, are U.S. citizens, but we're also a nation, a people with our own identity and culture under U.S. colonial rule since 1898. Sometimes these facts generate confusion. Should Puerto Rican aspire to become a state of the union? Should they become independent? Should they become a sovereignly, freely associating state with the United States? A democratic response from the United States Congress should be that is for them, not us to decide. The first step in that process shall be done by ourselves, los puertorriqueños y las puertorriqueñas, in a true binding exercise of self-determination. We are ready to do our part. It's your moral responsibility to fulfill yours. Thank you very much.